A man named Matt had just moved into his new house when he stumbled upon a secret, an iron door hidden behind a wall. He quickly called his wife, Kelly, and together they pried open the door, only to find an empty room behind it. As Kelly stepped inside, the lights began to flicker ominously. At first, Matt brushed it off as an electrical issue and turned to call the power company. Strangely, as soon as Kelly left the room, the lights returned to normal. Soon after, an electrician arrived. He was puzzled, saying he'd never seen such a tangled mess of wiring, and that it seemed impossible to repair. Then, as he was leaving, he mentioned something that made Matt's skin crawl. This house had been abandoned for years because the previous owners, couple, had both mysteriously died in it. That night, Matt was alone in the strange room, holding an empty bottle, and he muttered to himself, wishing he had another drink. Suddenly, the lights dimmed, and in the blink of an eye, a fresh bottle appeared in front of him. The next morning, Kelly found the room filled with a variety of luxurious items, world-famous paintings, elegant furniture, and rare wines. Matt excitedly demonstrated the room's strange ability to grant wishes. Skeptical at first, Kelly finally agreed to test it out, wishing for $1 million. The lights flickered, and a pile of cash appeared neatly stacked on the floor. Despite the surreal nature of it all, the couple continued to indulge their every desire. Their house filled up with valuable paintings, diamonds the size of pebbles, endless delicacies, and vintage wines. They reveled in their newfound wealth, living in opulence. But as their pleasure reached a peak, they started to feel an empty void inside, a loneliness that no amount of riches could fill. The couple had always longed for children, but they were unable to conceive. Now, with this room that could make anything come true, Kelly grew an idea in her mind. When Matt returned home one evening, he discovered that Kelly had used the room to create a baby. Though he wanted a child too, he was horrified by the way this one had come into existence. After a difficult conversation, Kelly agreed to use the room's power to wish the baby away. But as she held the child, her resolve faltered. Matt, too, found himself conflicted and unable to go through with it. They decided to keep the baby. However, soon after, strange things began to happen. On a trip to refuel his car, Matt reached for his wallet, only to find the money in his pocket had turned to ash. Alarmed, he raced home and grabbed a stack of bills from the room, tossing them out the window. Sure enough, within seconds, the bills disintegrated into ashes before hitting the ground. Testing his theory further, Matt took a valuable painting and partially placed it outside the room. The section that crossed the threshold began to decay, turning to dust, while the part inside remained pristine. He realized that anything created within this room couldn't survive outside its walls.